Hey guys, Allie here. So I wanted to pop on, and this is actually related to a comment from yesterday's video that I posted. And somebody was asking about that they're still having negative thoughts come into their head and then seeing the opposite on the outside from what they desire. And this is just a real quick thing. And I talk about this on a lot of my videos, guys, but just remember that thoughts, we have thousands of thoughts that come in and out of our head all the time throughout the day. And thoughts don't necessarily mean anything. The thing that means something is if we attach and engage in those thoughts. So we can have thoughts flying through, this or that. And the thing is we can choose not, we can choose not to engage in those thoughts. We can just let them float on by, and then we have other thoughts that we can choose to engage in. So if we say, okay, I'm having negative or I'm having positive thoughts, when negative thoughts pop through, don't resist them, don't fight them, just let them go on by. That's not your reality. That's not your choice. Just don't engage them. If they come up, they come up. I mean, realistically, for all of us, we've probably been used to thinking more on the negative side than the positive throughout our lives. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And so those thoughts come up more, especially when we're just going throughout our day. If it's something, if there are things negative that we've thought about for many, many years in our lives, those kind of thoughts will pop up until we start to engage and entertain new thoughts. So when they come up, you don't need to analyze why is this coming up, or thinking, this isn't good. They shouldn't be coming up, or I'm still having negative thoughts come up. It's totally okay. I mean, it's just normal and natural. You're going to have different thoughts come up. And the key is when you see those come up, just let them go by. It's when we engage and entertain those thoughts that we start to get into a story based on those thoughts. And if that's not what you want to create, then you don't want to engage and entertain those thoughts. Just let those go. So any thoughts that are popping up throughout your day, whatever you deem negative or positive, let go of any of the ones that you don't want to engage, that you don't want to create more of. And the ones that do feel good and that are in alignment with what you want to create more of, then engage in those thoughts, entertain those thoughts. But the key is that our power is in choosing which thoughts that we entertain and engage throughout our day. Doesn't matter how many negative thoughts pop up. If you let them float on by, then you're good. And then choose to engage in positive thoughts that come your way, or thoughts that feel good and thoughts that are more aligned with what you want to create now. If you have a lot of negative thoughts come up, that's okay. Just notice it. Just notice, okay, I'm having a lot of negative thoughts come up. That's fine. I'm gonna choose to engage in thoughts that feel better. What thought would feel better than this? What's a thought that helps me feel more aligned? And at first and even for a while, it can feel hard. It can feel hard because we're used to thinking typically in more of a negative type of thought and having those kind of stories run through our head. But the key is you notice it, and then you don't engage with those negative thoughts or fight them. Just let them float on by, and then pick to entertain the more positive thoughts. And if you don't have those, we'll start thinking about what feels better to you. That's a real important thing to be able to bring up in your reality, is you want to be able to think about thoughts that feel really good to you, and thoughts of things that you're wanting to create. Anything that makes you feel good and aligned and at peace, you want to be able to bring up thoughts like those. And they also mentioned about seeing the opposite on the external. Well, in another one of my videos, I mentioned the external is just what it is. It's neutral until we give it meaning. So regardless of how the external looks, know that change always comes from within. It's from within and then reflected on the way without. So if you are seeing what you think is opposite of what you want to see in your reality, don't give it that meaning. When you give it that meaning, you create more of a reality where you're seeing the opposite of what you want. So regardless of what you're seeing in your reality, why don't you just say about all of it, it's all happening and unfolding for my perfect joy and happiness. oh, this is perfect. Everything is happening and leading me to where I desire to be. Everything. And like I said, when you start giving that meaning to everything, then it has to lead there. So the key is your power is in the thoughts you choose to entertain and engage with, and then to always give your power and attention to things are always working out. They are always unfolding in the way that I like. My desire is unfolding perfectly. My life is unfolding magically. Everything is happening for my highest joy. When you give all external circumstances that meaning, and you continue to come back to giving it that meaning, then that's what has to be reflected in your outer reality. And it doesn't matter what comes up, continue to give it meaning, and continue to persist in giving it that meaning, because as time goes on, that will feel more natural. And as that feels more natural, then all that's going to be reflected in your external 3D. So I hope this is helpful, guys. This is a topic that I'm really passionate about, and I love to help people with this kind of stuff. So like I said, I hope it was helpful, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.